In this episode of the Peak Performance Podcast, I take a deep dive into the world of bodybuilding legends. Discover the training regimens and diet plans that propelled some of the greatest bodybuilders of all time to achieve peak performance. From their intense workout routines to the disciplined nutrition strategies they followed, this episode provides valuable insights for anyone looking to elevate their fitness game. Tune in for actionable tips, expert analysis, and a closer look at what it takes to achieve greatness in the world of bodybuilding. As with every episode, there is a link in the podcast description to a practical application workbook. The world of bodybuilding legends offers fascinating insights into what creates extraordinary physical achievement. These athletes are not just individuals with great physiques, but pioneers who have shaped the sport through their unique philosophies and relentless drive. Let's explore the key elements that separated these champions from average athletes, examining their training methodologies, nutrition strategies, and psychological approaches that have defined and reshaped the sport across different eras. The foundation of bodybuilding greatness starts with unshakable discipline, a trait that transcends normal dedication. Champions possess an almost obsessive commitment to their craft, pushing through barriers that would deter most people. Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of the most iconic figures in bodybuilding history, famously trained even on Christmas Day, understanding that his competitors might be taking the day off. This level of dedication reflects the champion's mindset, a relentless pursuit of improvement that doesn't waver, regardless of external circumstances. Birthdays, holidays, or even minor injuries were never excuses to skip a workout for legends like Arnold. They embraced discipline as a lifestyle, not just a requirement of their sport. These elite athletes share several crucial characteristics that set them apart. First is their extraordinary ability to visualize success. Champions like Arnold could see their victories in vivid detail long before they achieved them. While training in a basic Austrian gym, he would already envision himself standing on the Mr. Olympia stage, holding the iconic trophy. This ability to mentally rehearse success gave them the motivation to push forward even when progress seemed slow. Additionally, they sought out discomfort instead of avoiding it, understanding that growth occurs at the edges of their comfort zone. They leaned into the pain of heavy sets, the strain of long training sessions, and the exhaustion of final reps, knowing these moments were where true progress was made. Furthermore, champions set precise, measurable goals with specific deadlines rather than vague aspirations, and they developed an almost supernatural ability to feel every muscle fiber working during exercises. This mind muscle connection allowed them to target and develop muscles with surgical precision. When it comes to training approaches, bodybuilding legends adopted methods that were both innovative and extreme. Their programs reveal fascinating contrasts between volume and intensity. Arnold Schwarzenegger, for example, epitomized high volume training. He would sometimes train each body part for up to 2 hours, performing 20 to 30 sets from multiple angles to ensure every muscle was fully stimulated. For his chest workouts, he included flat bench presses, incline presses, decline presses, flies, and pullovers. Each exercise was chosen to target different areas of the chest, creating the full three-dimensional look that defined the physiques of the golden era. Arnold also used his signature cheating technique on final reps, where he would slightly compromise form to push beyond failure and recruit additional muscle fibers. This approach was specifically designed to maximize the pump, which Arnold believed was not only satisfying but essential for growth. Nutrition was another pillar of their success. While training fueled their physical transformations, their diets laid the foundation for recovery and growth. These athletes understood the importance of eating clean, nutrient-dense foods and consuming adequate protein to support muscle repair. Arnold, for instance, often spoke about his high protein meals, which included staples like eggs, steak, chicken, and milk. They also paid close attention to timing, ensuring their bodies had the fuel needed before and after workouts. For many of these legends, meal preparation was just as important as their hours in the gym. Psychologically, these athletes were in a league of their own. Beyond visualization, they cultivated a mindset of resilience and adaptability. They embraced failure as part of the process, using it to refine their techniques and push harder. For them, setbacks were opportunities to learn and grow stronger. They also had an innate ability to block out distractions and maintain laser sharp focus on their goals. Whether dealing with external criticism, personal challenges, or the mental fatigue of intense training, they remained unwavering in their pursuit of greatness. The legacy of bodybuilding legends goes beyond their impressive physiques. Through their discipline, innovation, and mental fortitude, they have left a blueprint for success that transcends the gym. By studying their training philosophies, nutrition strategies, and psychological approaches, we gain valuable insights into what it takes to achieve extraordinary physical and personal transformation. Now, these champions remind us that greatness is not just about talent or genetics, but about relentless effort, strategic planning, and an unbreakable will to succeed. In stark contrast to traditional high volume training, Dorian Yates revolutionized bodybuilding with his high intensity training SIT philosophy. Instead of performing multiple, moderate effort sets, Yates focused on just one all out working set per exercise after thorough warm ups. These sets were executed with brutal intensity, incorporating advanced techniques like forced reps, negatives, and partials to push his muscles beyond failure. His legendary back development, lauded for its unprecedented width and thickness, came from only 7 to 9 working sets total per workout. Each set was performed with such precision and intensity that it maximized muscle recruitment, proving that less volume, when paired with maximum effort, could yield extraordinary results. His approach not only transformed his physique, but also challenged conventional thinking about how much work was truly required to build a world-class body. Mike Mentzer took the concept of intensity even further with his heavy-duty training system. Mentzer believed that most athletes were overtraining, and his method emphasized extremely low volume and infrequent training sessions. He would often train body parts just once a week with as few as 3 to 4 total sets, ensuring each set was pushed to absolute muscular failure. His philosophy was rooted in the belief that the body grows during recovery, not during training, making rest and recuperation just as important as the workout itself. Mentzer's heavy-duty approach influenced many athletes who sought efficiency in their training while still achieving impressive gains. Meanwhile, Frank Zane, a 3-time Mr. Olympia champion, cultivated a different approach focused on aesthetics and proportion rather than sheer mass. Zane prioritized perfect form, precise execution, and sculptural refinement to create a physique that was as much a work of art as it was a display of strength. His training embodied the idea that bodybuilding wasn't just about building size, but also about creating a balanced, harmonious physique. Zane's success proved that smaller, well-defined athletes could triumph over competitors who relied purely on size and bulk. Despite their varying methods, Yates, Mentzer, and Zane all shared one common principle: progressive overload. No matter the training style, they continuously challenged their muscles by increasing weight, reps intensity, or refining their technique. This principle remains a cornerstone of all effective training programs, underscoring the importance of constant progression to stimulate growth. Nutrition strategies have also evolved dramatically over the decades, yet certain foundational principles have stood the test of time. Protein, for example, has always been a cornerstone of bodybuilding diets. Modern champions like Ronnie Coleman, an 8-time Mr. Olympia, reportedly consumed up to 600 grams of protein daily at his peak, the equivalent of roughly 24 chicken breasts. While such extreme intake might not apply to everyone, the principle of consuming ample protein, typically 1 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight, remains crucial for muscle maintenance and growth, particularly during periods of caloric deficits. This protein-centric approach is essential for repairing muscle tissue, promoting recovery, and supporting hypertrophy after intense training sessions. As bodybuilding has progressed, these diverse training methods and nutritional philosophies have continued to influence athletes worldwide. Whether through Yates' high-intensity efficiency, Mentzer's minimalist heavy-duty approach, Zane's aesthetic precision, or Coleman's dedication to nutrition, each champion has left a lasting legacy in the pursuit of building the ultimate physique. Carbohydrate approaches show more variation. Golden era bodybuilders like Arnold maintained relatively high carbs year-round, including plenty of bread, pasta, and dairy. Modern pros like Jay Cutler pioneered strategic carb cycling, increasing carbs around training and reducing them at specific times to optimize fat loss while preserving muscle. Dorian Yates maintained a disciplined low carb approach even in the off season, helping him maintain exceptional condition year round. The evolution of supplementation has been dramatic. While today's bodybuilders have access to sophisticated supplement arrays, many legends built their foundations with just the basics. Protein powders, creatine, and essential vitamins have stood the test of time, but they've never replaced proper whole food nutrition. Jay Cutler exemplified this dedication by traveling everywhere with a cooler of prepared meals, never leaving his nutrition to chance. The psychological edge might be the most crucial element of championship bodybuilding. Ronnie Coleman's famous catchphrases were psychological triggers that enabled superhuman performance. Champions develop unique mental strategies for handling extreme discomfort, maintaining focus during grueling contest prep, and bouncing back from setbacks. Dorian Yates would enter an almost meditative state before his most intense sets, clearing his mind completely to push beyond normal pain thresholds. The pre-competition mental game typically follows distinct phases. 12 to 16 weeks out focuses on vision and commitment. 8 to 12 weeks emphasizes embracing discomfort. 4 to 8 weeks eliminates distractions. And the final week centers on confidence building and stress management. Champions like Phil Heath and Kai Green demonstrated remarkable mental resilience, using setbacks and controversial judging decisions as fuel for improvement rather than sources of defeat. For practical application, these championship principles can be adapted and scaled to any level, whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting out. The first step is understanding your body type and how it responds to training. If you're naturally leaner, like the legendary Frank Zane, a moderate training volume with a focus on precision and form might yield the best results. On the other hand, if you're more heavily built like Branch Warren, incorporating heavier, more intense training sessions may be necessary to stimulate growth effectively. Self-assessment should take into account your current fitness level, available time for training, but recovery capacity, and broader lifestyle factors such as work schedule, sleep quality, and stress levels. For those leaning toward volume-based training, a good starting point is 12 to 15 sets per muscle group weekly, divided across 2 sessions to allow for adequate recovery and consistent performance. During each set, focus on achieving a strong mind-muscle connection and working through complete ranges of motion to maximize muscle engagement. If you prefer a high-intensity training approach, choose 1 to 2 exercises per muscle group and perform true all-out sets to failure. In this case, keep total working sets lower, around 6 to 10 per muscle group per week, to prevent overtraining and allow for proper recovery. When it comes to nutrition, simplicity is key, but precision cannot be overlooked. Aim for 4 balanced meals per day, ensuring each meal includes a quality protein source to support muscle repair and growth. Carbohydrates should be strategically consumed around training sessions to fuel performance and accelerate recovery. Start by calculating your baseline caloric needs. Then set your protein intake at 1 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. The remaining calories should be distributed between carbohydrates and fats based on your personal preferences, activity level, and energy demands. For optimal results, implement careful tracking of your workouts, measurements such as weight, body fat percentage, or strength gains, and nutrition compliance. Adjust your approach every 2 to 3 weeks based on progress and feedback from your body. Achieving success in bodybuilding or any fitness goal requires patience, consistency, and a long-term mindset. The champions of the sport understood that transforming the human body is a process measured in years, not weeks or months. This perspective fosters sustainable progress and prevents the burnout that often stems from expecting overnight results. Embrace the philosophy shared by the great Lee Haney. Stimulate, don't annihilate. This approach ensures you're challenging your body enough to grow without pushing it to the point of exhaustion or injury. By adapting these principles to your unique situation and consistently applying them over time, you too can achieve remarkable progress and unlock your full physical potential. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. Stay committed, stay focused, and enjoy the process of becoming stronger and better every day. Thank you for listening and taking the time to join us on this journey toward better health and fitness. Remember, the practical application workbook is available in the podcast description. So Be sure to check it out and start putting these principles into action today.